everybody.
Today is
Thursday,
Thursday.
January 3rd, 2019.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the day that we're filming.
Yeah.
And it's Lanier/Mommy
Mommy.
and Busajja on We the Cheeks. And in this video, I'm going to be telling the story of naming my son Busajja.
Yeah.
Yes, he's actually letting me. I've tried this plenty of times. So anyway,
Mommy's being mean
how am I being mean? Because what?
You never wanna pretending, play, hiding, seek
I'm not letting you play hide and seek. What?
on your phone, yeah, guys.
Anyway, naming my son Busajja. I'm telling this story of naming my son Busajja, and here it goes. In my very, very early stages of pregnancy, before my pregnancy was even actually confirmed, hubby and I were discussing names. And we started talking about boy names first because we figured I was having a boy this time. I already had my princess, Vogue, so we pretty much figured I was having my princess time.
What?
Okay, Busajja, let me talk. So anyway, we looked at boy names first, and hubby said that he wanted it to be a name with meaning. A name with a significant meaning.
Hi, guys.
So I started looking at African names first, and one of the first names that I came across, Busajja, I'm telling a story, so I want you to stop singing, okay? One of the first names that I came across was the name Busajja. I didn't like the name.
Yeah.
I just happened to mention it to hubby because I came across it. And I was like, oh, Busajja. But hubby liked it. I told him the meaning of it, and he liked it right away. I said, no way. No, I do not like that name. We're not naming him Busajja. And that was that. I moved on. I was over that name. However, hubby never got over the name. It was still in his head. And I discussed it with family members and stuff. I discussed it with my mom and my sister. I said, yeah. I told them that hubby liked the name Busajja, and they agreed with me. They were like, oh no, don't name him that. Oh, no. So anyway, that was that. And time progressed, and yes, my pregnancy was confirmed eventually, obviously. And soon it was time for me to find out whether the baby was a boy or a girl. So I went to the ultrasound place, and I forgot an important part of this video, my ultrasound picture. One moment, I have to pause the video. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, it was time to find out the gender of the baby, and we went. I had to go in the ultrasound room by myself because children weren't allowed back there. So it was hubby and Vogue, who was at the time 4 years old, and they waited in the waiting room, and I was in the ultrasound room, and the sonographer told me that it was a boy. And I was really happy because I wanted a boy this time since I already had my girl. So now I would have the best of both worlds. And yes, he's pulling the ultrasound picture up. So
Give me.
yes, this is why. Let me show. Okay, so yes, these are the ultrasound pictures of Busajja. Yeah. So that is what I saw, and I learned that he was a boy. So I was happy. Vogue wasn't happy at the moment. When I came out and said it's a boy, Vogue was a bit disappointed because she wanted a little sister. But she loves her brother. She's happy to have a little brother. So, anyway, I was happy. But, okay, we can put this down now. Okay. Okay, how about you sit right there and finish looking at it, okay? Okay, anyway. So anyway, now I've seen the picture. I knew that he was a boy, but I still didn't know his name. And this was a little bit different for me because, Busajja, listen, I want you to put that down. Busajja, one moment, he's acting up. So, as I was saying, now I saw his picture. I knew that he was a boy. but I didn't know his name yet. And that was a little different from me and a little bit bothersome because with my first pregnancy, my daughter, I already knew her name before I found out whether she was a boy or a girl. So now it's like I see him, but I don't know his name yet. So anyway, time progressed. Wait a minute, Prince D. Time, let me see how much time I have on here. Okay, so anyway, time progressed and I came up with some more names, but hubby still liked the name Busajja and I still didn't, and we couldn't come up with a name that we agreed on. So I would say in either my very, very late second trimester or early third trimester, hubby mentioned the name Messiah, and I liked Messiah. I said, but do I want that as a first name? But when hubby said Busajja Messiah, that did it for me. Because Busajja means strength and manliness, and it's a Ugandan name. It's from Uganda. And
I need tissue.
Okay, he needs tissue. Okay, his nose is all clean now. So anyway, Busajja Messiah. When hubby put those two names together, I loved it. I loved it instantly. Busajja Messiah. Busajja, as I was saying, means strength and manliness. And Messiah means the anointed one, the chosen one. And I felt like those two together were amazing. So from then on, I love the name Busajja. But my family, they still didn't agree with it. They practically begged me not to name him that. My mom, on the other hand, from the time that I first mentioned the name Busajja to her, she would actually make fun of it a lot, and to the point where it actually grew on her. So she was surprised when I actually said, listen, we have his name. His name is going to be Busajja Messiah. She was surprised, but she said that it had grown on her and stuff like that. And but everybody else, my family and my sisters, my stepdaughter, they just practically begged me not to name him that. But the decision was already made. His name was Busajja Messiah Cheeks. So, that's that. So, he was born January 18th, 2015. Busajja Messiah Cheeks. Oh, wait a minute. I'm fast forwarding a little bit. I must say, after I told my mom, I pretty much only told my close family members the name. But my mom started telling more distant family members, and I really didn't know she was going to do that. If I had, I would have asked her not to. I actually thought she would have automatically known not to mention it to everyone else unless, she asked. But it kind of got out to the rest of the family because I'm not secretive when it comes to naming my children. I wanted to keep the name Vogue a secret because I knew that was a nice name, but I knew Busajja wasn't gonna pick up like that. So that wasn't my concern. I just wanted it to just be within the family, my close family members until he was actually born. So I would have actually asked my mom not to mention it to anybody else until after he was born. But I didn't know, so that she was gonna tell. So anyway, the name was out. So at that point, I just went on ahead, and if anyone asked his name outside of the family or whatever, I just said his name is Busajja. Some people, didn't like it. Some people said that it was at least unique. And that was that. But that was going to be his name. So, let's see how much time I have. Okay, that's still a good time to conclude. So, you let me get through the story, Dee. Okay, so, like I said, he was born January 18th, 2015. And I was glad. And even though I didn't know what his name was going to be in the beginning, when I first saw him and found out that he was a boy, even though I was a little bothered because I didn't know what his name was going to be, it made me very pleased to know that his name was Busajja all along, because that was the first name that we looked at and talked about. So that was his name all along. Even when I saw the ultrasound picture and found out he was a boy and didn't realize I knew his name already, it still was his name the whole time, and I was very pleased by that. Right, Dee? You were Busajja all along. Bless you. Mommy just hadn't known it yet. Yay, we got through, Busajja. Thank you for letting me tell the story of naming you Busajja. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so, thank you for watching, and I would like to hear any comments about naming your children and everything like that. Like I said at the conclusion of naming my daughter Vogue, I also want to hear stories about how you feel about if anyone knows your child's name. And it may not be because you don't want anybody to use it. It may be another reason. You just want it to be kept quiet or for your own reasons. So anyway, thanks for watching. And until the next video, bye!
Bye-bye, guys. See you too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.